I'm not the same Brooklyn you knew.
Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2 introduced us to a brand new science in this world. Within the final few episodes of the show, we get to see an albino baryonyx. However, this baryonyx is hiding a deeper, darker secret. The pure fact that it has no eyes whatsoever. Yeah, Season 2 was dark. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2 video. Today I wanted to look over the darkness that carried into Season 2 and how this is some of the most interesting features added to the Jurassic franchise in a long time. I feel as though this baryonyx is a major talking point on the show and we can't just skip over it like it was nothing. To me, it was probably my favourite addition to Season 2 overall. So if you want an explanation to this baryonyx and the science behind creating it, then you've come to the right place. We'll also be going over the other dark concepts of dinosaur cloning that was explored in this season as well. And again, it's just so fun to look deeper into. 250,000 subscribers by the end of the year is still our target, so subscribing to the channel would help us out more than you can imagine. It's a win-win for both of us. You get up-to-date Jurassic World related content, and I get to stay in a job. But right now, let's get into the darkness of Jurassic World Chaos Theory. So make sure you're sat back, relaxed, and enjoying your G Fuel after using code SWERVE, as it's time to delve deep into the darkness of Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2. So when we think about how dark the franchise has been throughout, well, its 31-year period, we can confirm that Jurassic Park started off very well, The Lost World continued its darkness, Jurassic Park 3 kind of fell off a little bit, same with Jurassic World, but then we came back with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but undoubtedly, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 3 was one of the darkest moments in the franchise, and I mean that in a good way. But looking into Season 1 of Chaos Theory, we saw that it was not intended for the young audiences that Camp Cretaceous was intended for. And we were very appreciative of that move and action by DreamWorks because Season 3 of Camp Cretaceous was undoubtedly the very best season that there's ever been for any animated show regarding Jurassic. So we really wanted that feel and factor from Season 3 of Camp Cretaceous to return back in Chaos Theory. And Chaos Theory did a great job. They balanced it very well. They didn't make it as dark as Season 3, but I think they balanced it very well to make it more interesting for the grown-up audiences, since we did grow up with Camp Cretaceous as well, but to also keep subtle dark substances from Season 3 of Camp Cretaceous into Season 1 of Chaos Theory. But man, Season 2 took it to another level. For me, because of the earlier episodes of Season 2, I don't rank Season 2 as good as Season 1 of Chaos Theory. However, if we were to focus merely on the last episodes alone, Season 2 of Jurassic World Chaos Theory is one of the best Jurassic productions that we have ever gotten, in my opinion. I love the story and I love the dark feel of it. So what exactly happened and what made it so dark? Well, when the campers made their way to this underground facility bunker in Senegal of all places, after exploring around the area, they come to what seems to be an underground lab, and we get to see dinosaurs in test tubes, birthing tubes if you may. Now, see these creatures quite literally there, and not to mention the fact that they are practically alive and that they are twitching, like to see them twitch is just really off-putting, but in a good way. We haven't seen anything of the sorts since Jurassic Park 3. In Jurassic Park 3, we see that legal cloning was going on behind the scenes. That explains why the Crephosaurus, Ceratosaurus, Spinosaurus, Pteranodon all were not on InGen's list, because these dinosaurs were made in secret. But unfortunately in Jurassic Park 3 we didn't really get to see the action as it was happening. We just get to see the failed experiments and also the broken incubator tubes as well. So the fact that we kind of see it actually in action this time around in Chaos Theory, it kind of brings a brand new feel to it and makes it very dark in my opinion. But what this also does confirm is a theory that many people had for such a long time before Jurassic World Dominion, was the fact that other people are now creating their dinosaurs since genetic samples have left North America back in 2018, and we get to see that at the end of Fallen Kingdom. We had confirmation that Biosyn were in fact creating their own dinosaurs, but regarding confirmed companies it was only InGen and Biosyn. But now it's nice to see that individual people are creating their own dinosaurs as well, and that explains why the dinosaurs were everywhere. Even dinosaurs that we've never really seen before, and even sometimes prehistoric creatures that aren't classified as dinosaurs. In Jurassic World Dominion, we get to see a creature called the Lystrosaurus, and we also have a nickname for it called Leonard. Now, the Lystrosaurus is a synapsid, I believe, and it's not actually classified as a dinosaur. So that makes people wonder, where did they get this creature from? And we never really had a true backstory to it. But if you look very closely, we get to see a Lystrosaurus within one of these birthing tubes. So whilst we don't have a solid confirmation of where the Lystrosaurus came from in Jurassic World Dominion, we do see it appear in Jurassic World Chaos Theory. So it is safe to say that since Siona Santos is involved with the Malta black market, there's a possibility that she might have brought this Lystrosaurus from Senegal over to the black market and sold it off to Kayla, who then sold it off to Wiggy, who then put it in battle with the Oviraptor and decapitated the Oviraptor. However, this kind of does retcon the Lystrosaurus' backstory in some way, because the only soft information that we have regarding the Lystrosaurus is that it was purebred and wasn't cloned in the way that it was shown on screen in Chaos Theory. But there's no confirmation that this is exactly who Leonard is, the specific Lystrosaurus from Jurassic World Dominion. So we just need to hold our horses on that, but if it is, then again, it kind of breaks canon just a little bit. But besides the birthing tubes and the crazy things going on in the labs, we have a visual aid of what Dr. Saar was cooking up in those labs. And that's one of them right here, the eyeless, not blind, baryonyx. I believe he calls it a leucoustic baryonyx or something like that. What he said is that he removes some genetic sampling from the eggs whilst they are hatching, so I believe he did this with the baryonyx. He removed the ability to grow eyes. This then allowed the baryonyx to become more reliable on other senses around him, such as smell and hearing. And we have confirmation that this baryonyx has echolocation as well, so even the slight amount of movement the baryonyx can hear. And we get to see that as Darius shuffles to the left ever so slightly, the baryonyx's head moves to his right ever so slightly, following the sound that it hears. And this is just so extremely dark. We kind of see echolocation working with dinosaurs in Jurassic World Dominion with the Therizinosaurus, but we also get to see that that Therizinosaurus had eyes at some point. Whether it got glaucoma or maybe it was blind from birth, we don't entirely know, but we do know that it did have eyes, so it was somewhat natural looking. But this baryonyx, the eyes were completely removed. It was not born with any eyes, but you can still see the eye ridges on the skull. To me, that absolutely blows my mind. The fact that they wanted to go down that range to make this dinosaur have a disability, but permanent disability, and the fact that Dr. Saar put this disability with full-on intent. This wasn't an accident. He meant to make this happen, with a good reason behind it. He wanted to have that echolocation for the baryonyx. He wanted to teach the baryonyx with the clicking sound as well. He wanted that baryonyx to follow his commands. And that's what Dr. Saar did. And this is, for me, a much better way to talk about genetic enhancements and experimentation rather than using hybrid dinosaurs. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if the future movies go down this route, because we saw that military applications for the Indoraptor were going in, and Siona Santos even briefly mentioned about how high military applications would be for a dinosaur with no eyes but requires echolocation. Some people might be thinking, but what's the point of that? Well, just imagine you're trying to hunt down your enemies in a really dark area. What better way than to hunt down your enemies in that situation than using an eyeless baryonyx that listens to sound? So yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't mind if they go down this route for genetic manipulation in the future Jurassic movies, because I feel like this is the best way to kind of have the hybrid aspect, but also the non-hybrid aspect brought in together. But not only that, we do have confirmation from Season 2 that Dr. Saar planned to do many more. Before he inevitably died, he planned to create more creatures with these abilities. Now, what this means, we don't entirely know. Maybe he planned to remove the mouth, maybe he planned to remove the hearing so it focuses on eyes, we don't know. But he planned to do more. The fact that he could see that this baryonyx, whilst it may not have shown it was in pain, was a dinosaur that looked so different to the rest of its counterparts, and he didn't show any remorse, he wanted to go make more, makes this even darker. Now, in regards to how this baryonyx was born and bred and raised, we don't know too much. But we do know that he was controlled by Dr. Saar, and we do know that Dr. Saar fed the operations crew, Siona Santos' operations crew, to the baryonyx. He was joking around with that information as well. You think maybe 6, 7, 8 people have been killed off by a baryonyx. That's devastated news. People are dying by dinosaurs. But he said this with a smirk, and he joked around saying that this baryonyx has an appetite for primates. which just made his character even more like, whoa, this guy is off his meds, he is going crazy. And I think that the fact that Dr. Sa was such a driven and determined person to create creatures like this made the show even more darker. There were so many aspects throughout season 2 that just made it dark. And whilst yes, episode 1 was considered dark as well, I don't think it comes anywhere near to episodes 8, 9 and 10. Those 3 episodes were merely fantastic. So yeah, season 2 was very dark. Darker in a different sense that Camp Cretaceous season 3 was dark, but I don't know, this one just had a completely different feel to it, but in a good way. I loved experiencing that baryonyx and seeing it become a proper threat to the campers and added a bit more horror and terror to the show. It was very well done. And the dinosaur cloning, it's just crazy to think about how close Dr. Sa got to creating even more of these mutated creatures. This is arguably more interesting than the whole hybrid project itself. But I'm interested to know what you guys think. So make sure you head on down to the comments and let me know exactly what you think of those stories in this show. Did you like them? Would you like to see more? Let me know. And while you're down there, why not also like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here. But most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.